Most men believe women choose a husband the same way they choose a date. That's where they make a costly mistake. A woman can feel intense attraction toward a man and still never imagine marrying him. What most men never realize is that the moment a woman starts thinking about a serious future, her mind begins running silent evaluations. She rarely announces them. She rarely explains them. But she notices everything. And here's the dangerous part. Many men fail these tests without even knowing they were being tested. Tonight, you'll discover the hidden psychology behind how women truly decide who deserves long-term commitment. When men think about attraction, they often focus on chemistry. Women care about chemistry too. But when marriage enters the picture, another question becomes far more important. Is this man safe to build a future with? Notice that safety doesn't automatically mean money. It doesn't automatically mean status. It doesn't automatically mean physical strength. The type of safety most women seek is much deeper than most men imagine. A woman wants to know whether her life becomes more stable or more chaotic when you're around. Every interaction starts providing clues. Every reaction starts revealing patterns. Every decision starts creating an impression. Think about this for a second. Have you ever met someone who seemed perfect at first, but after spending more time with them, you noticed endless drama surrounding their life? Women notice that too. This is why the first hidden evaluation often appears during stressful situations. Not because women enjoy seeing men struggle, but because pressure reveals character faster than comfort ever can. Anyone can appear calm when everything goes according to plan. Anyone can appear confident when life is easy. But real personality becomes visible when frustration, uncertainty, and obstacles suddenly appear. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. A reservation gets canceled, a flight gets delayed, an unexpected expense shows up. These moments seem small, but psychologically they reveal information that words never can. A woman pays attention to how you respond when things stop going your way. Do you stay composed? Do you adapt? Or do you immediately become angry, impulsive, and emotionally unpredictable? The reason this matters is simple. She's not evaluating the traffic problem. She's imagining future challenges. If a minor inconvenience creates chaos today, what happens when a serious life challenge arrives tomorrow? Many men assume women want perfection. That's not true. Women understand that everyone experiences stress. What matters is whether stress controls you or whether you remain capable of controlling yourself. And here's something even more interesting. Sometimes women pay more attention to your reactions during difficult moments than your behavior during enjoyable moments. Pressure often reveals what comfort successfully hides. Now here's where many men become confused. They think passing one test is enough. But female psychology doesn't work that way. The next evaluation begins immediately after the first one ends. A woman starts looking for consistency. She wants to know whether the version of you she sees today is the same version she'll see next month. Predictability creates trust. Uncertainty creates doubt. This doesn't mean becoming boring. It means becoming reliable. Reliable people create emotional security because their behavior follows recognizable patterns rather than random emotional swings. When you say you'll call, do you call? When you make plans, do you follow through? When you make commitments, do your actions support your words? These details matter more than most men realize. Many men try to impress women with promises. But human psychology trusts patterns more than promises. Patterns feel real because they are supported by evidence. Promises remain theoretical until proven. Think about it from her perspective. Anyone can say they're dependable. Anyone can claim they're loyal. Anyone can describe themselves as trustworthy. The real question is whether their behavior consistently confirms those claims. This is why small actions often carry surprising psychological weight. Arriving on time. Following through. Being dependable. These behaviors quietly communicate that your future actions can also be trusted. And trust is one of the strongest foundations of long-term attraction. Without trust, commitment feels risky. With trust, emotional investment begins to feel much safer and far more appealing. But we're only getting started. Because one hidden test often reveals more about a man's future as a husband than almost anything else. And surprisingly, it has nothing to do with how he treats her. It has everything to do with how he treats people who cannot give him anything in return. And what women notice during this test can completely change how they see a man. Most men focus heavily on how they treat the woman they're interested in. That's understandable. But many women pay close attention to something completely different. They watch how you treat everyone else. The waiter at a restaurant, the cashier at a store, the customer service representative on the phone, even strangers you'll probably never meet again. These interactions reveal character in its most natural form. Why does this matter so much? Because behavior toward others often predicts future behavior inside a relationship. If kindness only appears when rewards are available, then that kindness may not be genuine. A woman starts asking herself an important question. Is this man's respect part of his personality, or is it simply a strategy to get what he wants? The answer matters more than most men realize. People are usually on their best behavior during the early stages of attraction. That's why women often look beyond romantic gestures and focus on everyday interactions that reveal authentic character. And here's where another hidden psychological test begins. Because respect alone isn't enough. A woman also wants to know whether she feels emotionally safe around you over the long term. This test is invisible to many men. There are no obvious signs, no formal conversations. Yet it influences relationship decisions more than many people understand. Emotional safety creates emotional investment. Can she express concerns without being attacked? Can she disagree without starting a war? Can she share feelings without being mocked, dismissed, or punished? These questions quietly shape her perception. Many men mistakenly believe leadership means always being right. In reality, emotional maturity often means remaining calm when challenged. Confidence doesn't require constant defense. Confidence can tolerate disagreement. When a woman shares an opinion that differs from yours, she's often learning something important. She's discovering whether discussion is possible or whether every disagreement becomes a battle for control. Psychologically, people move closer to those who make them feel understood. They move away from those who make them feel judged. Emotional safety creates connection. Emotional danger creates distance. Now here's a powerful reframe. Women are not searching for a flawless man who never makes mistakes. They know perfection doesn't exist. What they're looking for is something much more realistic. They're looking for growth. They're looking for evidence that a man can learn, adapt, improve, and take responsibility. Future potential often matters more than present perfection. Imagine two men. One is successful but refuses feedback. The other is still building his life but constantly learns from mistakes and improves himself. Many women find the second man more attractive. Why? Because long-term relationships are future-focused decisions. Growth signals possibility. Stagnation signals limitation. The direction you're moving often matters more than your current position. This is why accountability becomes so attractive. When something goes wrong, do you immediately blame circumstances and other people, or do you honestly examine your own role in the outcome? Personal responsibility communicates strength. It tells a woman that challenges won't automatically become excuses. Instead, they become opportunities for improvement. That's a powerful trait in any long-term partner. And now we arrive at another misunderstood test. Leadership. The word itself creates confusion because many people immediately associate leadership with dominance. But healthy leadership is something entirely different. True leadership isn't about controlling people. It's about handling responsibility. It's about remaining steady when uncertainty appears. It's about helping move situations forward instead of creating additional confusion. When plans change unexpectedly, do you panic or adapt? When problems arise, do you freeze or take action? These moments provide valuable information about how you handle life's unpredictability. Women often feel more comfortable around men who can make decisions with confidence. Not because they want someone controlling them, but because decisiveness reduces uncertainty and creates stability. Remember, uncertainty creates stress, stability creates comfort. Human psychology naturally gravitates toward people who make the future feel more manageable rather than more complicated. But perhaps the most important evaluation happens when attraction, trust, respect, emotional safety, and leadership all come together. At that point, women begin examining long-term compatibility. This is where many relationships succeed or fail. Not because attraction disappears, not because feelings vanish, but because future visions fail to align. Chemistry alone cannot solve conflicting life goals. A woman starts asking deeper questions. Do our values match? Do we want similar lifestyles? Can we build something meaningful together? Are we moving toward the same destination? These questions rarely create dramatic moments. Instead, they quietly influence long-term decisions. Every conversation about family, priorities, ambition, finances, and lifestyle contributes another piece to the puzzle. And now, the payoff. After all these hidden evaluations, what does husband material actually mean from a psychological perspective? The answer is simpler than most men expect. Husband material isn't the man with perfect looks. It isn't the man with the biggest bank account. It isn't the man who says all the right things at the right time. Husband material is the man whose behavior consistently creates trust, stability, respect, emotional safety, growth, responsibility, and long-term compatibility. These qualities build confidence in a shared future. The men who pass these tests usually aren't trying to pass tests at all. They're simply demonstrating strong character through repeated actions. Their behavior naturally answers the questions women are asking. And that's the secret most men never hear. Women are not searching for promises. They're searching for evidence. Evidence that a man can be trusted with something as important as a future together. So ask yourself honestly, which of these hidden tests would you pass today? And which ones still need work? Self-awareness is where meaningful improvement always begins. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment below and tell us which hidden test surprised you the most. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, becoming husband material isn't about pretending to be someone else. It's about becoming the kind of man whose actions naturally inspire trust, respect, and long-term commitment.